would like to welcome you all in this live broadcast. As we move forward, please join me and like the video. Sorry about that. So please, as you join me, like the video, comment and tell me where you're watching from. As you can see the title of this video, we are going to discuss just a little thing this morning, something that matters to us all. We have seen the post from PM, what he said about the people who claim they are mocking him based on what. Yeah, Armstrong, I see you. Good morning. Good morning to you. How are you? Nice to see you here. Because we were unable to come live late hour yesterday because PM was on Twitter space. So I felt that it is very, very necessary that we, postpone it this morning so we may discuss what we wanted to discuss last night. So people are mocking him based on not only him mocking Biafrans, because of what PM said about 15,000 soldiers that are going to be out to help Israel if the need arise. And some of them are, laughing and making mock of it. But one thing is that it is always good to see them mock. When they mock, that is when the best of PM, best of Biafrans comes out. So I want it to be like that. I like to see them mocking. That is me. Juliana, I see you. Then will be good morning, Biafrans. Good morning to you, Juliana. Nice to see you in this live broadcast. Please, like I said, if you just joining us, like the video. Okay, this is a morning broadcast. We are not going to waste much time this morning. I just want us to discuss this because many people don't understand. Some people that don't know how PM work and how the ability and strength of different government in Israel and PM, when they see this kind of thing, they start panicking. Oh, it's true. We are not sure of this. We are not sure of that. But the truth is that it is good to see them mock. I like it because that's when you see the best of PM, the best of Biafrans. Okay, that's the best way to go. It is always good to see them mock. If you know how PM operates, you will appreciate to see them mock. Go and check in the past when they were mocking him. Oh, you are one room agitator. You don't have anybody. Where is your? Though there's nobody supporting you. In fact, you are working for politician and all that. Then PM stepped up, and when they also challenged him about it at home, what happened? When they also challenged him about when they said, "Okay, where is your army?" You remember when they were doing that propaganda that the Biafran army were just only 50 people. When they surfaced, what happened? All of them, they were muted. So many people don't understand that the only way to make PM to be, vibrant and more focused is by attacking him. Just attack him, then you see the best of him. And Biafrans that are following him for a while, now, they understand that the best way is to see these people mocking. If you mock him, then you see. Like Biafran declaration that is coming this year, people are also mocking that. Armstrong said, when they mock, they are taken unaware. Exactly. Because they believe that they have everything, they know you're in and out. So they will not prepare. They will not even, do anything. So I love it. I love it that way. So most of you that are panicking that PM shouldn't have mentioned 15,000 men, soldiers and all that, don't worry. You don't, like PM always said, that what you don't know is bigger than you. So if you don't understand it, please pay attention. You are going to understand it. And if you can check his past record, you understand it. Like what PM said here, he said Biafrans should remain focused. Those Nigerian criminals mocking our offer of 15,000 Biafran foot soldiers to help Israel ground forces never believe in our capabilities. That is what I'm trying to say. They never believe. They always think that he is just, social media agitator. Yeah, you are just, making mockery of yourself. You are just saying what you cannot do and all that. Those kind of nonsense thing they normally say. And once they will, when they see what PM can do, they will say, "Oh, shouting, oh, you are causing problem, oh, you are trying to bring problem, oh." If PM continues by saying they should ask their terrorist organization called Nigerian Army. That's what he said. So you need to let me show you so it not be as if I'm making it up. Okay, just look at the Twitter here. Excuse me, just hold on a while. Okay, look at the post. This is the post. So you can see it by yourself. It's not as if I'm making it. Excellent. Wajigo said, "Good morning, my dear brother, Kai reporter. I see you, my brother. Nice to have you this morning. How are you? How was your night?" So PM said, Biafran should remain focused. Those Nigerian criminals mocking our offer of 15,000 Biafran foot soldiers to help Israel ground forces never believed in our capabilities. They should ask their terrorist organization called Nigerian Army. This is what you can see that. And let me go to comment section. Let's see, maybe Biafran have something to say about this. Let's open comment section. I have not opened it before. Okay, this is post and then this is comment section. With due respect, sir, first use that 15 Biafran foot soldiers to help our fatherland. Nigerian fight terrorists and banditry before helping the international communities home first. And energy. I don't know what I mean by energy. Is this I don't know what I mean by energy. Fight. Okay, let me try and see if I can make sense out of what this guy said. We do expect, sir, first use that 15,000 Biafran foot soldiers to help our fatherland. Nigerian fight terrorists and banditry before helping. Okay, so they should use these foot soldiers to fight for Nigerian fighting terrorists and banditry. You see the moronic comment that comes from. Let me see his profile. Look at him. Okay, let me see where you come from. But probably we may find out who you are actually. YouTube life issues, auto money ocean. I can't see much about this person, but you see, people are myopic. PM is not working for betterment of Nigeria. That's number one. Secondly, you don't ask a nation to offer you their soldier for just to help you to fight terrorism that your own country created. You, the guy does not reason properly at all, my brother Armstrong. Excellence, what you go. I see you. I see you. Okay, I think I've gone through your comment before. He don't reason at all. How can does that make sense? That he should use Nigerian fight terrorists and banditry. So you are asking PM to offer you 15 soldiers to fight terrorists that are planning to attack on Israel. Some people need help mentally, honestly. Then Omerehedike said, what? Of course, they have always doubts us, but we will shock them. God bless you, my dear. That is it. You see, people need to understand. Okay, this one is somebody reposted what is Istanbul or whatever they call them. Chinemeremu Robert Legion said, their mockery held no water since my PM United States of Biafra emerged. They had been mocking themselves, and yet they see achievement upon achievement. My PM United States of Biafra, okay, look at it, made within okay, achievement that PM United States of Biafra made within small space of time, which them that had been agitating, I don't know, someone remember that is an abbreviation, over 13 wasted years couldn't achieve. You are talking and do PM organ in have Vamnaya. Okay, talking and do. Okay, you are talk and do. You try to talk about PM. You are talk and do PM. Oga in a may have Vamnaya. Okay, I understand it. I understand it. This one said uncomfortable encounters at gathering are invisibles. Okay, I think this post is totally off from what we're talking about. This is the advertisement. And then another person posted this one. Okay. Smart said only Enugu camp will produce that number. This criminal think that we are all in camp sleeping, never know that we are on set as others are doing their daily work. It rotates, but I've reversed my words. December should be December. Okay, this guy is replying to some of them that are making mockery of PM, saying that only Enugu camp will provide that number that PM is talking about. That's what this guy is saying here. Then through View TV said Biafra will come, and BMC said to be honest, even when I had that 15,000 soldiers, I said what? Of what reason? We that have not declared our own nation are giving Israel soldiers. But after contemplation, Biafran government in Israel know the best. I trust the government of my fatherland, Biafra. That's the best thing to do. Trust them, okay? Because sometimes you don't know the diplomacy that involved in decisions that been made. Some of us need to calm down and see. Allow people to do the job. Oga, Equator after December. Equator, oh, ha ga-ekweta after December. Okay, not Oga. Ha ga-ekweta after December. Second Biafran redeclaration, OEC, that is GUGM, Biafran Unknown Angels. And first for Fire said, this will be the last one, the last comment I'm going to read here. Before you attack anything, our PM says, remember this honorable award from Israel during Palestine. Okay, before you attack anything, our PM says, remember this honorable award from Israel during Palestine raid. We are going to end it here. So one thing you need to understand is that, yes, you're a citizen, but you are not a decision maker in the government. So I think government should be allowed to make decisions that they know better. They know what is going to favor the country. They know what people want actually. They know the line to follow, what to do, and when to do it. So I don't think anybody should start complaining about, oh, you shouldn't have done this. Oh, why must you bring boys to do this? No, PM did not even declare war on Nigeria. That's number one. He said protection is different from attacking. So when you are protecting, it simply means that if Israel need the help of Biafran, that they're going to offer it. Okay, and for you to offer something without anybody asking you for that thing, simply means that you are capable and you are over capable. They worry you. You are equal to the tax, and this should be an eye opener for many of you who think that is a joke. Like, do you really think that PM is stupid or what? That he just wake up one morning or just all of a sudden and make a claim that he's going to do this when he knows that he's not capable of doing that? You are joking. And anybody that's thinking in that line should rethink. You have to be focused. You have to know that people also pay attention to what is happening. Israel are not a terrorist group. So, and what are people are going through? Like that first comment that complained that Nigeria is fighting, they are fighting terrorists and banditry, that he should use that 15,000 to fight for fight for Nigeria, that are fighting for terrorists that are taking our land. The guy maybe I believe that his focus may be only on Nigerian newspaper. Maybe that's what he's reading, because he drives his source of informations from Nigerian media, which is not going to help you, because if you want to vast your knowledge, if you want to understand what is going on and the real things that is playing out, you need to pay attention to beyond Nigerian media. You need to go out from that. If when you restrict yourself only, maybe you pay all your concentration is only on guidance newspaper, Stand newspaper, Channels TV, Arise TV, NTA, what's the name of the other one? AIT and all that, or maybe some case Sarah reporters. When you concentrate your knowledge and your information on those media platforms, you are cheating yourself. You end up thinking that you know it when you don't know anything. So it's always good that you go beyond that. I'm not saying you should not read. You can read, but you should go beyond that, because that will help you to understand what is happening, what people actually think about what you think that you already know. Just come out from that your shield and move forward. It's very, very important that you do so. When PM says that that Biafra will be declared this year, there's a reason for that. And remember, if December 2nd of December is the date, if PM and Biafran government in exile declared Biafra on December, bear in mind that is almost the anniversary. In fact, that is 1 year of Biafran Liberation Army. They are already 1 year. And you think that they just fold hand after the declaration of Biafra, after launching Biafran Liberation Army, that all this while they just fold hand waiting. That the only thing they will do is to make sure that stop the Nigerian army, or what we know that is going on in Imo State, that Imo State by now would have been worse than Zamfara. Had it been that there's no Biafran Liberation Army or nothing, our people are not there to challenge the invaders. Do you really think that by now that Imo State will be calm, that some of you will be having parties and moving around like they are moving today? No. But the measure that Biafran Liberation Army have brought in Imo State to stop what their plan, you may not understand. People that are doing that know what they're doing. The best people that can tell you the truth, if they wish to tell you, are Biafran Liberation Army and Nigerian Army. Anybody that in this group will tell you the real fact. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because in Imo State, they choose Imo State to, as a kind of where they will step their foot for the first time to make sure they conquer Biafrans. Why? Because Imo State is an oil region. So why did they not choose Ekpa State? Because Imo State, oil have been confirmed in Imo State more than in Ekpa State. Meaning that Fulani people always go to where there's oil. What is happening in Okoma Street, in Okoma Village, Okoma community in Delta State is because of oil. Nothing more, oil. So where there's oil, that's the focus of every Nigerian sector. Whether the oil sector, security department, Ministry of Information, Ministry of Transport, all of them concentrating on oil. Where anything that has to do with oil is where Nigerian focus, everything about Nigerian focus. Because Nigeria is just like a place where you can milk, like what this Liberian man said, that they see it as a place where they can, he'll do it like that man. Let me play that video, because that video, there's some information in that video that every Biafran need to have that in your back of your mind. That before the independence of Nigeria, the colonial masters, being white people, British white people, they don't, if they're fall sick, they will go back to their country for medical holidays, medical checkup and all that, which is what people they hand over to manage their business in Africa, in Nigeria in this case, are doing. If Tinubu falls sick today, next thing you see him in Europe, France, UK, where they consider that is habitable for human being. Whereas the people, the countries they claim they are the leaders, they see that place as a farmland. Nothing will make more sense than this. That you yourself that are claiming that everything is good and that, you need to understand the fact that this is how they see you. Every government, okay, somebody who have not traveled to Europe for medical checkup all his life, all of a sudden he become Commissioner of Information, Minister of Wars, Minister of Transportation, Minister of this Science and Technology. Once they find themselves in that position, they will automatically start earning, what they call it, allowance, medical allowance, and they will start having medical trip to Europe, to US, and to UK, to France, to Germany. Who is paying for that? The Nigerian government, because the system have that provision for them. But before they become this thing they are today, like Wike, that former governor of River State. Okay, let me not use Wike in this case. Let's, for example, this governor that everybody is praising now of Abia State. This is the first time as a governor. Maybe I'm not saying that I don't know about his life. Okay, I'm just using that as an example. Maybe this governor Oti have not traveled to UK all his life for medical help. Now that he's governor, if he have any feverish condition at all, he cannot fly to UK. The provision and everything will be provided, made for him as a governor. Okay, automatically he don't consider any hospital in Nigeria worthy of giving him any treatment ever. Not he will okay. Not that he will say, okay, let me build that kind of hospital in the UK here. No. Because they don't see it as habitable. Like they don't see that Nigeria as a place that worthy of having that kind of standard hospital that they're visiting in Europe. Their money and everything will be focused on what they're going to earn and what they're going to do in Europe. All the family members will fly it out, to have medical checkup and medical all this and all that, because they are non-politician. So for you to be a politician, the best career anybody can have in Africa is to be a politician. If you get yourself involved in politics and manage to be in position of any rank, any post at all in politics, that is the best thing for you and your family. They'll be singing praise of you. But before they become like Ike Ekweremadu, before 1999, Ike Ekweremadu I don't think he have ever visited, fly out to receive medical treatment. I don't think he have done that. But immediately he becomes a senator. Automatically, Ike Ekweremadu cannot go out to have medical treatment, even his children. Ifa Yoba, 2005, Ifa Yoba have not. I don't think by 2005. I don't think he have any post at all in his life. But today, Ifa Yoba cannot. If have any injury, maybe that he feels somehow, you see him in abroad. These are people that can stay at home and control airline to wait for them, that they're taking shower. The airline should wait for them before the plane can fly, because executive personnel is coming. But when they're in UK coming back to Nigeria, they don't have the right to order plane from abroad, from European country, to wait for them. But in Nigeria, if you don't know this, I'm telling you, they will put phone call to airline that Oga is on the way. They will delay the flight because of one person. They have access to what you can never imagine. There's another person, there's another position that this man, if he comes to, because he based abroad, okay. Each time he come back to Nigeria in his house, and NEPA people manage to, normally they take light, right, everywhere. So if they take the light, he will bring the phone, call power holding company line, and tell them that I'm at home. They will return that light immediately. immediately because Oga is around. He's not Minister of Power, no, but he's a politician. I know this for a fact. I'm telling you the truth. He will call NEPA. They will return black.
What I want to speak here tonight, Mayogun, is the issue of Nigeria. Nigeria, I'm from Liberia, by the way. The name of my country is Liberia. And if you know Liberia, Nigeria helped us in the 90s when we had civil war in our country. Liberia was falling apart. We fought civil war, from 1999 down to 2003, and Nigerian forces helped quench the civil war in Liberia. So Nigeria was the hope of the continent, the giant of Africa, the country we all look up to and say, one day in the future, this is going to be our China. This is going to be our United States. If Nigeria succeeds, Africa succeeds.
Okay.
Every African, especially if you live in West Africa, and I'm not talking about regular people, but people who really analyze issues, you will know that Nigeria was the hope of the continent. But unfortunately, in the last 10 years, we've seen Nigeria going down the drain.
Fine. Why I'll be pausing this video because I played it yesterday straight, right? So we are going to be picking it one by one now to complete what I wanted to say about this video yesterday. This man made quote a date 10 years ago. That since 10 years ago, Nigeria is now going down. And everybody can see that. Even if you love or hate Nigeria, that is just a fact. Like Commander Holy Ghost said on one of his broadcasts that in Nigeria, you prefer to live in the past. Like 2020 seems to be better for most of people, not everybody, because if those that are managed to see them, smuggle themselves in power today, of course, this year will be better for, like Tinubu's family and co. They are now enjoying to compare what they enjoyed like few years back. Do you understand it? So you can tell that what this guy is saying is true. And why is it that 10 years ago that Nigeria started going down? Because that's when they pressed the button of Islamization. That the plan has been there, but when they start putting it into action, it's around 10-15 years ago. Do you understand? First tenure of Obasanjo, 1999, it was somehow smooth. Then come Yaradua, it was okay. Immediately Jonathan stepped in. That is the beginning of the nonsense. Immediately Jonathan stepped foot as a president, which is somehow miraculous because there's no way Jonathan will contest on a normal platform, on a normal day, that he will just contest for presidency and win. Just like Peter Obi. You are wasting up, and Peter Obi knows this. That's why he refused to put his money that he spent campaigning are donated by people who think that they can see, they have vision. You have vision of something that you don't know their foundation. What kind of vision are you trying to exhibit? You need to know where you are putting that your vision into. Who will manage those things that if Peter Obi win the election, by now, Igbo people will be running from north back to Peter Obi will spend all his tenure settling problem. They will give the one they gave to Jonathan is just little. Do you know when Jonathan was the president of Nigeria, Northerners don't have the level of equipment they have at the moment. They don't have awareness they have now is top notch to compare what they had before. So during the Jonathan, it was just like elementary aspect of they are testing the water. Now that they have trained a lot of swimmers, people who understand what terror is all about, what they really want to achieve. In fact, even the younger generation from the north knows all these things and they hold it in their hands. They know how to use it. They know how to operate on it. To compare the time of Jonathan, if Obi managed to become president of Nigeria, what is happening in Lagos now would have been, nothing to compare. By now, even Obi Kobana's companies and all these things they will be blowing it off, and they target, bandits and Boko Haram. Now that Northerners have the courage to come out and tell a president, first lady, wife of a president that happens to be Christian, that she needs to be stoned to sent to judgment publicly. Something that they during the Jonathan time, they don't have that courage. They have the desire, they have the hunger to do that, but they don't have the courage to come out in media to say it. Now that they have it, they can say it, and you think that Peter Obi, who he cannot even defend his name, let alone other people, will be the president. I'm saying it because for those of you who are now who focus, some of you that are focused on attacking or making sure that you destroy everything that has to do with Igbo people, or things that you perceive to be a threat of people to be presidential ambition and all that. You focus on attacking those people and making sure you are actually digging your own grave. Because if eventually, which I'm not sure that is possible, that P2B become president of Nigeria somehow, okay? I'm saying it, I'm not saying that P2B will, I'm not praying that he have the chance. My prayer is that this year everything will be well defined. You know what I mean? So if P2B have the opportunity ever, that is the beginning. That will be more disastrous than in fact, the only thing that will pass that will be like during the Civil War, that the time of blockade and all that. That's the only thing that will supersede that, because that time people were dying for hunger and there was no help. But that kind of thing will not happen now. Do you understand? But if P2B become president, he will be the worst president ever. Not because he's not a good person to do better, no. To compare others, no. Not that it is his plan to do that, no. But the kind of what they will give to his regime will be too obvious that even you see Kenneth Okonkwo talking now freely on media, explaining people how people do this and that. By that time, he will not have the time. Once in fact, immediately he finished that press conference or broadcast or whatever you may call it, on his way home, they will send him to judgment. That is how brutal it will be.
We see Nigeria promising future now becoming dashed, and we've seen that it seems that there's no hope. So when people are making a lot of analysis, I come in and tell them that this is my own understanding. The problem in Nigeria is a summary of what is happening in all of African countries, which is number one, the way we got independence, the institutions that we inherited were not decolonized. It's like the colonial masters made a deal with people we call freedom fighters, and they replaced them. They just replaced the white Oyibo with our black brother who continue the colonial legacy. And I will give you an example. Your police is a typical colonial police. During the colonial era, the police was meant to protect the colonial elites. The police was there to beat up the people, subdue them, and terrorize them to protect the colonial masters. That's what the African police do now. That's what the Nigerian police does. The elite of the colonial era, they were bourgeoisie who lived in Africa, but then their real home is London. Their hospital is Paris. When the colonial masters get sick, they take them to Lisbon, they take them to Paris, they take them abroad to go to get treated in what they call the metropole. And the Africa was the farm, was the place, the work, was where is where you extract the natural resources. Then London is where you go to enjoy. Our elites are following the same pattern.
That is what I said. They are following the same pattern. Like what this guy said here. When you hear our elite, don't think that he's talking about people that have gone. No. the so-called politicians that you know their names, I don't have to start calling their names now. All of them. That is why they can do anything to become to smuggle their way into politics in Nigeria. If they ask them to buy anybody to bring somebody's head, they will do it because it's a life-changing opportunity. A life-changing opportunity in the sense that once you become take for example, in any same environment that jail someone like Bobrisky for spreading money, they said that he abused money. Then, in the same country, you see a politician committing the same thing. In fact, more than what Bobrisky did, and the law enforcement agencies and the judiciary, everybody will keep quiet. If you dare question that, then you know that law enforcement who pretend they did not see that person committing the same offense, then you know that they are working. That is it, the country that we are talking about. A country where president can wake up and say, okay, that he's going to, sack officer that they did not give him what he wants. Like joke, they will kick that person out. So in that kind of environment, what do you think that will motivate workers, civil servants, to do more good things, to make sure to checkmate the activities of the executive? Nobody will do that. The judiciary, the legislature, all of them are in the same. Imagine people that are going to represent you from your own ward. They have a party budget. They have what they call party budget. That if they want to construct a road of maybe a road that will cost $1 billion, $1 billion, they will write 14 billion. Not that you yourself and this country have many engineers, people who can give cost of that road, and nobody will come out and say, wow, why are they awarding this kind of road for so amount? Nobody will, because everything is like what this guy said, is like a farmland. They are farming. That's how they see it. So in your farmland, you can do anything. Make sure that you grow your crops and you carry it and go home. Going home is in Europe, where they will buy houses and live large, but all whatever they're spending in Europe comes from the country. Cover me, I cover you system. That's what they're doing.
The educational institutions were designed to make the colonial masters to look like saviors and tell the people who have been exploited to appear as if they are being indebted. They have to be grateful to the colonial masters for giving them education. Why that education was actually a miseducation. If you watch our education today, it follows the same pattern. The religion was created to pacify the public in order for them not to stage a revolution. The colonialists were in bed with the religious masters. They tell the people to come down. In fact, our traditional rulers, some of them were.
Nana, good morning to you.
Those of them who refused to compromise were removed from their throne. If you compromise with the colonial system, then you remain on your throne. Today is the same thing. Our traditional leaders have to compromise with the men in our.
This one, I'm not going to talk about any other religion. I want to focus on Christians because that is what concerns us most. Our pastors, our priests, our reverends, whatever, bishop, if you put your hope on them, you're your own. I know many of them that were fighting them back during the time of P2B campaigning about his presidency and all that. Many of them turned against. Some of them called PM Antichrist for not allowing Obi, for not saying that the Biafran should go and vote for Obi. They called him Antichrist. Most of them did. They said a devil is using you. They cover it with religion. They don't want to let people who are not able to reason for themselves, to understand the reason behind what people, they don't know, not that they don't know, they themselves know, but they will do everything to stop others who are struggling to think for themselves. They will do everything to stop them from reasoning. They will pretend, they will put it as if, no, you don't, this guy is your problem. He is your problem. What he's asking for freedom, you know that he's your problem, because he don't want you to. When people become president now, you see Titus fish that are selling 200 or 1,000 naira now, it will come down 100 or 70 or 50 naira, and like as you, they will making promises they know that it's not possible. Then if you ask yourself, what is the effort of you as a pastor or bishops? What are you doing to make sure that this thing that you see that is happening will not happen again? They will tell you, let's go and pray. They're holding church program. And in that church program, you have to pay and pay and pay to them to support the church, right? From your own, you came to church to come because you have problem, and you have to pay for your problem to be solved. Then you go to our traditionalists. Some of them who say that they're eyes of gods when has to do with doing negative things against a brother versus a brother, or neighbor versus neighbor. That's when the eyes of God want to talk. But when it matters, when it has to do with security of the land, none of them. Imagine all the native doctors in Igbo land. None of they are there. Fulani are invading the homes, forcing themselves on women. They have never been able to cast any spell. That's why I said, when you put all those things into analysis, if you want to pretend that you don't know what is going on, I try to make sense, just for you to go along with them, to play along, you will see your brain cell being damaged, because you can't come out with any meaningful thing. You can't come out with any meaningful thing. Like then Ngozi Ogbonna said, "Good morning, my brother. Religion is a scam, mostly in Nigeria. Just scam. In fact, scam is understatement. But let's go by that scam. Let's go with it, because most of them are not. In fact, like one there's a commentator that word that said that some of them called God. God did not call them. In fact, some of them even called God, and God did not pick call. They answered themselves, go out, my son. That is why we are where we are today. People are, like I said, people like Matthias says that will attack Christianity. He attack pastors, he attack traditionalists and all that. Some point he's making is very, very perfect. But sometimes when you begin to think about what he's saying, there's one thing that comes to my mind, and that is, why are you focusing on Christianity? Okay, pastors and bishop, reverends, everybody they are getting it wrong. Fine. Native doctors, they are getting it wrong. Fine. But these people are not the only religions we have in among us. Why are you not talking about that? Because Fulani hold carrot and stick, and Christianity hold only carrot. So carrot, you know what I mean by carrot? They will give you, feed you, you are happy, you can talk anyhow. But Fulani religion, once they give you carrot, you see the carrot and you eat it. Even when you don't want to say something bad, because they think that you are eating that carrot fast. They will use, sometimes they use that stick to control you. That's why Matthias is as vocal as he claimed that he is. He cannot utter negative word against Fulani, against Muslims. He dare not. He knows this for a fact. But he can insult a pastor in Uyo. He can insult a pastor in Kafanchan. He can insult a pastor even in Ghana, and use that to do a very perfect, sound, convincing statement. People will say, wow, this guy is saying the truth. Fine. What about people that are actually doing the main negative, the main problem? He don't want to. That's why I feel that every Christianity needs to learn that pattern. Even if you are not going to be so brutal like the other people, put some measure. Put some measure, because that is why Fulani can come to church. Imagine a Christian armed group go to mosque and drag a man, buy a man because he's a man, not because he committed, like what happened in Lugu just last week, where they buy a catechist from Anglican church. You buy the catechist and you kidnap some people. Not even Catholic Bishop of Enugu State have made a public condemnation. No. But secretly, he will be gathering women and children and young boys, young this and praying, okay, for the souls of the catechist to rest in peace. At the end of it, they have to do offering, okay, because after all, you come to church, right? You have to do offering that will go inside church purse. Then you ask yourself, what about the family of the catechist? What are we? The man of God will be there on the funeral to pray and sprinkle holy water, okay, and bury the catechist. Then who is going to train, if that man have children? No, I'm just giving you an example. Who is going to give them education? Who is going to care for the widow, the wife of the man? God will provide. We see what you can do. Madam, make sure you are coming to church. And while coming to church, you have to also give offering. See, sometimes I'm a pure Christian, but we need to somehow caution our people, our mentality in some things. It's not as if I'm not against offering, but in some case, that's why I like Mbaga, to be honest with you, because no matter how you see him or what you think about him, he have this chance, he have time to train people, to give a listening ear to people that have nobody to speak for them. Many people that cannot go back and go forward, their hope is in his ministry. He's paying for them, he's training them and doing many things, which others don't do. That's why most of them, do you know that if you want to stand out as a pastor, as a reverend, as a man of God, anything, to do what will enhance the life of ordinary people, some of these pastors, some of these reverends will rise against you. Your fellow pastor, your fellow priest will rise against you and come against you. But I stop talking nonsense. Polomony. I think maybe, which means you are one of them. Which means you are one of them. If I'm talking nonsense, can you come online now? Let me connect to you so you can come and talk sensible to our people. Just put a comment and tell me yes, you want to come online. I will send you a link, or I give you a WhatsApp number. You call right now and to make it sensible. Can you come online? But you comment and run away, because this one touch you somehow. It touch you, right? This one touch you. Who knows your job? You don't need to delete the comment. You don't need to delete it. Okay, Armstrong deleted it. Armstrong, you should have just allowed that. Let him continue. Come live now. I will send you WhatsApp number now. You call and just tell the people the nonsense that I'm talking. Then you now put your own sensible comment out for people to hear. People don't understand what is going on. That's a man, they buy a catechist full of people from other religion. You buy Christians, and so-called Christian leaders kept quiet. And you are telling, if not, do you know that by now, how many IDP do you have in Anibo today? How many? I don't think we do. Because of what? Because of PM. And someone like you will turn around and attack PM and different government in exile. Then, when the going get tough, you run to church. And the church you are running to are seeking for you also for help also. Because you cannot use medicine, or you can't give typhoid medicine to somebody who is suffering from kidney problem. For you to solve a kidney issue, kidney failure, you have to use kidney, you have to follow the medication that is related to kidney. You don't have stomach pain and you are drinking medicine for maybe eye drop. You are putting eye drop for you to solve your back pain. You understand what I'm saying? This issue, if Christian religion in Nigeria think that they don't want to step up to protect people, allow people that can do it. Don't preach against it. But if you go to church now, they will take, because I have a reverend father from my own family. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know what they're talking about each other, what they're saying about PM. I don't think you yourself also have it. They're telling themselves in the church that they're, church, even PM have played the video of one Reverend Father in Anambra doing propaganda in his church, calling someone by names during P2B's election, insulting him. Where is that man now? When Fulani invaded the Anambra community, what did he do? They kept quiet. They don't talk. They don't talk. Do you know one of the reasons why they sent them back, they sanctioned him, was because of the comment that he made against Fulani and through his support for Mazina Modegan. Everything is not about P2B's issue with Mbaka. There are other things that trigger those things. Anyway, let me allow you. You have shown yourself, because if you're man enough, you would have just said, okay, bring me in. But you can't do that.
The unknown forces in Abuja, in the capital, they have to connive with them to destroy your destiny. Now, what I'm saying here is that the colonial system continues, but it has just changed face. It just have a black face on it. So, I said this to tell you, when people say, let's divide Nigeria.
Yeah, my network is...
the country. Let's have a Yoruba nation.
My network is giving me problem.
An Igbo nation. As a Pan-Africanist, I'm sad because our philosophy was to create a black United States of Africa. So when we see now that a country like Nigeria cannot survive, that means that our theory has been debunked. But here is what we tell people. It doesn't matter if you divide Nigeria today into 7 countries. The same elite who are in bed with London, who are in bed with these forces in Europe, they will be the same elite who will take over this country. Example, South Sudan and Sudan. Did South Sudan become...
We don't need to... This part of your broadcast, of your video, doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let me see if we can reconnect it. He wanted to say about...
those are the people that brought me up.
He was trying to say that if you have your independence, that the same people that are in Nigerian politics today will still be your leader in your new government. Is not true. The time of assassinating the people that fight for independence for you to take over and do rubbish has gone. Now that is the essence of awareness. Before you will be free from bondage, people that we want to free have knowledge of what you want to give them, the freedom that you're asking for. So somebody who is a politician cannot just come all of a sudden from somewhere. Do you know what ration of Biafran will be if Biafran comes today and someone like Roger Sokorocha want to contest? Do you know, it will be very, very funny. People will rise against him even before the primary election itself. There's no, because you cannot eat your cake and have it. We know all of them. So let's not pretend about it, and it doesn't make any sense at all. We are not going to continue from that. Let me see where he is now. Let's listen.
Give me scholarship. I went to that school in New Horizons College. I graduated there. I learned the Quran. I was a Muslim until I started traveling, and I decided to put religion aside. What I saw in northern Nigeria is that these people were colonized twice. They were first colonized by the Sokoto Caliphate through the Islamic Revolution. They were still under that colonialism that the British colonialism came. So they are not in alignment with you in the South. You don't understand. They are operating under 2 influence of colonial culture that they have inherited. One, they inherited an extreme version of Islam called Wahhabism, which even Saudi Arabia is trying to abolish and embrace modernity. This northern Nigeria inherited an archaic, outdated Islamic view that came from Baghdad and Saudi Arabia those days. They inherited it. And it is very much entrenched in their culture. They do not believe in Nigeria as long as they are not on top. As long as Islam, for them, the vision for Nigeria is for Islam to triumph. That's the understanding for them. The destiny of Nigeria, as long as they are not on top. As long as Islam, for them, the vision for Nigeria is for Islam to triumph. That's the understanding for them. The destiny of Nigeria must lean toward Islamic revolution. That is the elite, the agenda. I'm not talking about the ordinary people on the street who don't know what's going on. But the elite, that was the thinking of Usman Dan Fodio. That was the thinking of Sir Ahmadu Bello. That was the thinking of all this elite that came up. The design, when they took over the army, you don't understand why they influenced the army in Nigeria. Their vision is to lead toward Islamic revolution. Now, for you guys in the South,
when Mazen Ghana was talking about this, they said that he's calling for war. He said they are coming. How many of us remember when he was calling for everybody in US to donate $1? He said they are coming. That this thing that everybody is now, shouting, then it does not look like it's possible. That there's no sign that will make us okay. What this man is saying may be true. No sign whatsoever. Everywhere was a little bit calm, but he understands everything the agenda they have will be. Before they now started shouting Ruga, 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 because they want to use that as well. This is somebody who grew up in the north. He knows them more than we do. He's not from northern. He's not from northern Nigeria. He's from Liberia. The man that you are hearing his voice is a Liberian man that got scholarship. I don't know if he's still a Muslim, but he said that he was a Muslim in the north, and they gave him scholarship to study in Islamic school in north. So he lived there and he know everything that happened, how they think, what they feel about you from the south. Like what he said, if you pay attention very well, he made mention that these people were colonized 2 times, and in the south, you were colonized once by Britain. Then they have Osman Dafodo ideology and now British ideology to, use the so-called government to enrich themselves and to prepare the agenda to perform and to, achieve the ideology that been given to them by Usman Dan Fodio. Whereas in the south, you are being told that the best thing you need to do to be national, you need to obey rules and regulations, you need to develop what do they call it? You need to be a patriotic citizen. You need to make sure that anything that will give Nigerian name to make to progress, that's what you need to do. Whereas in the north, not like he said, not from ordinary northerners. These are northern elites, people that they say, okay, this one is educated. This one is speaking for the people. Like people that we have in South is like Ojo Zokano, Ike Kuremado, then who again, Soludo, all the people that are in in politics, or Hanes Zendi, if you may add them, people like that in the north. This is the ideology they have. Not people, ordinary people like us. No, we are not in politics. You are just a citizen. No. When your leader have that kind of mentality, what become of you as a citizen? And people from the north don't see it. When people from the north, people from the south don't see it, when some of us in the south that perceive what is happening and where they are going, and you turn around and tell people, look at what I'm seeing, this is what they turn against you. They call people from the north, look at what this man is saying, do you want us to bring him for you? That one was okay, let's place bounty. That is that's how they do it. So when this is not, like the guy is not an Igbo man, he's not even fighting for Biafra. Hear what he's telling you about Nigeria. An outsider that's not a Nigerian, if he can see this, you that is Nigeria, don't see it. And people that can see, when they tell you, you say bring them to so you can buy them. You ain't got the go.
You had only one colonialism, which is the European. That's why there are people, Chris, John, Johnson. When you When you are tired of European colonialism, you fall back to your country.
Freeman, I see you. Freeman, I see you. Nice to have you.
They only have Islamic extremism to fall back to when they are angry. That's why every riot in the north take an Islamic tone. Any fight, any fighting has to take an Islamic tone. They don't have any ideology or philosophy to fight with other than Islam. And this make you guys to live in two different planets, but yet you are trying to build a country.
Now, does P2B understand what this guy is saying here? He is not a politician. He have not been in that secret meeting, but he can see this kolo just because he lives in the north. You that have all the access to go to the north, to mingle with them, to like P2B, now they taught him how to fold his leg now, to eat, how to eat with the bare fingers and all that. All those things, he's doing it because he wants to become president. Did he know that these people, does he know that these people want to bring Islamic ideology? That P2B have no single idea. I watched a video where he was telling them where they are breaking fast, that in Saudi Arabia, that people in Saudi Arabia, the king or whatever the person may be, build church for Christians, and somewhere again he mentioned that they build mosques for Muslims. It sounds good. He forgot that the ideology of the person in Saudi Arabia, you think that because he's in Saudi Arabia simply means that they have the same ideology with people in the far north? No. Saudi Arabia have different ideology from what you are seeing in the north. Some of them may be too radical in Saudi Arabia, but people that control the government of Saudis are not as radical as Osman Dafodo's children. They have different ideology. They are not the same. People that control the government of Indonesia have different ideology from the one you have in the north in Nigeria. And remember, before the Islam even penetrates north, what is the culture of Fulani? Nomadic. Saudi Arabia, are they nomadic? They are not. That they are Muslim, they are not nomadic that Fulani have. Fulani have this nomadic nature, and as a culture, they also have this radical Ekpa. You understand it? So these two combine together. You can't compare it with Saudi Arabia. They are using Saudi Arabia to cover up, to lure other people to gain population, which they have succeeded in doing with us Hausa people. Hausa people now, just like what some of our Igbo brothers are trying to do, to calm you down so that they will overwhelm you. Before you know what's happening, it will be too late. The chance you have to call to rescue yourself will be no more. You understand? So there's time for everything. If you don't wake up when you're supposed to wake up, who are you going to blame? You don't have to blame anybody than yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
For me, even as a Pan-Africanist who want Africa to be together, I can tell you that northern and southern Nigeria cannot survive. I'm sorry to tell everyone, it will not survive.
That is it. The guy ended the program by saying that even though he loved to, as a Pan-Africanism, even though he loved to see African unity, he loved to see people living together, having this kind of imaginary country that everybody obey rules and regulations, that even though he wished to see it as Pan-Africans, but he don't see this one to work in Nigeria, that he's sorry that he don't see it. Do you understand? What shocks me is that this guy is not even in Nigeria. He understands every single thing that people are shouting for. And people who know, like, I don't want to call them in this program. I'm trying to avoid it, but the name is keep on coming. Some of them that claim they have, they know everything about Nigeria. Some of them claim they are professors. Some of them hold this Nobel Prize. Some of them, they still pretend that they don't know what this guy is able to see within few years that he spent in the north, in northern Nigeria. What he said here is just like a lecture to many people that are confused about. Because I believe by now, some of us that don't, the only thing that will make you not to make conclusion about what you support and what you belong to is because you have not started paying attention to what people are saying and what is happening around, within yourself. I'm strong. I did not say that. Now you the talk. I don't say that. Freeman said, "This is pure truth. Fulani is synonymous to conquest." That is it, my brother. That is it. People don't understand that education is good, very, very good. I'm not, in fact, that's the best thing anyone can do. You understand? You have to get yourself educated, even if you want to study whatever. Make sure you know your left and right. You know your left to right. You know your back and forward. You know when people mean good and when people mean bad. That's what the education will offer you easily, unless God give you, a way by which you can. But that kind of gift is not, it cannot go to everybody. So best way to get it is through education. Education is very, very good. Even if your father have all the company, you need to get yourself educated. It's very, very, very important. But as you are praying, and if you are a traditionalist, whatever you are doing, ask God, ask what you believe on to give you wisdom. Wisdom is very, very important. In fact, wisdom is more important than education, because wisdom comes together with what you gain through education. Some people are educated, but the brain and when they act, you ask yourself, wow, what is the importance of education? That is why a governor, a professor, not a master degree holder, not a doctorate degree, a professor, we do something we don't even know, the what clean water means, to build good environment, to even what it takes to have people's trust. You imagine somebody, you force yourself as a man, you force yourself on a woman. You, after forcing yourself to make love, to make out with the woman, you commit a lot of things. Then you turn around and say, they tell them to start praising you, to give you title. It doesn't work. Yes, wisdom is better than education. Of course, that's what I'm trying to say. Wisdom, and you can only come from God. Otherwise, tell me, how is it that somebody that's a professor is a governor or a senator, and when the person acts, that you can't differentiate his action with one from something that from a guy from in a motor park can do? Somebody that's a professor, not that he's a professor in Nigeria, he has traveled far and wide, but when he perform, when he do something, only one action you see him perform, you say wow, you feel like vomiting education out, because it's an insult to education. It's an insult to educated people that you are this, you are that, your certificate. In fact, if some of them, if you ask them to bring the certificate and the award they have won all their life in academical line, academically, if you put in the box, if you put a child of 10 to 12 years will not be able to carry it. But ask the person, okay, my brother, all this with education and everything, can you do this? He will speak grammar. Oh yeah, do this. After doing that, maybe you are not there when the person performed that kind of nonsense. If they ask you, can you guess who performed this thing? You say it's from somebody from motor park that committed that. There's no way somebody that's educated will do this. That's what you have there in Nigeria. So, guys, we are going to come to an end of this program, because we'll be live again today. Not like yesterday that I wanted to come live, but I couldn't make it. Later our broadcast. Hopefully, we are going to be live probably around what is time now? Okay, 6 to 7 hours time will be maybe, or 5 to 6 hours time we'll be back again. Thank you so much. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Here we bring it to you so that you can understand what is happening. We are not here to build friendship. Please, I'm not here to. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not a comedian. This is Kai Report. We report issues that matters to our people. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Please, before you go live the stream, click on like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Please, if you don't mind, you can follow me also on Facebook. I need followers on my Facebook, Kai Report as well. Bye bye for now. Take care. Take care. Take care.